What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of your favorite podcast, In Case This Is It. Please tune in on all social media. That's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Listen on all streaming platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and make sure to check out our YouTube for all the visuals. They're good. No, I'm joking. Enjoy the episode.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of In Case This Is It, your weekly podcast where we adjust culture, events in a not so sensitive way. But fuck all that. Today we got a guest. How we doing?
How you guys living?
All right, today on the podcast, bro, I'm going to say this right now because I want to disrespect you by fucking up your last name. Today we got Elis. How do you say your last name?
Oh, you saying old governments?
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying, I saw it. Bro, I'm not going to say this on the podcast.
Nah, you can go by Elis or CEO Elis.
All right, today we got CEO Elis on the podcast.
Yeah,
they're going to give you old government. You're right. You're right. So, like we said pre-show, today's episode, I kind of want to focus on the entrepreneurial spirit. And I think you are part of something that's going to be, I mean, it's already great. Yeah. But let's be real. There's still way more potential out there. It's going to be fucking amazing. And I think it's going to be some next level shit.
Of course. Appreciate that.
So you're a part of a company called ZipRun.
ZipRun.
I'll let you say what your company is, what you guys do, and, if you want to get into it.
Just to make it simple, ZipRun basically is like the Uber Eats for weed, basically in Massachusetts. That's what it's going to be, and it's going to evolve into something much greater. But basically, consumers can purchase legal cannabis either from a dispensary through our pickup services, and eventually we're going to be able to deliver cannabis to people's homes from dispensaries as well. So it's basically like Uber Eats for weed, basically. That's what it's going to be.
All right, so
that's what it is. Yeah. Now we only have pickup services. Delivery's going to come during the fall of 2021.
You guys are building. I mean, shit, you got to start somewhere.
You looking for drivers?
Of course. We got
it's on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website.
That's why I said it.
All right, so pre-show, you remember I asked you guys, we're trying different domains.
For sure.
When you were started?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I had the same. Ask Henry when this man was going to Northeastern. I had the same fucking idea, and I called it Leaf Run, not Zip Run.
Oh God, that's crazy.
No bullshit, bro. It's just, I mean, obviously you guys went further than I ever fucking took it, which is great.
Yeah.
But I was just I think it's like an alignment type shit. It's just crazy. It's like Leaf Run, Zip Run. It's literally the same idea. Uber Eats for cannabis, pickup, deliveries, everything. It's just a weird.
Yeah, you're gonna hit the
Great
market
minds
with
think
the
alike.
college
Great
students.
minds.
Yeah,
Greater minds actually
21
do
plus
shit.
college students.
Oh my God.
Because a lot of people don't know is that everything is regulated by the CCC, which is the Cannabis Control Commission. So there's a lot of regulations we got to deal with. You know.
So that's the part I want to get into. So
walk us through the process.
What's the we got time? Unless you got somewhere to go, we got time.
Nah, we got time. Yeah,
start us from the scratch? Where the idea, who's on the team, the steps, the fucking. I'm pretty sure y'all had to go through some bullshit to even get just the minor shit done. So walk us through it.
So 2019, me and my man's Gabriel Vieira, we graduated from college, and we had gotten good corporate jobs, but that's not the life we wanted to live, So I already was working with these other dudes. His name was Christian Nicholson, and the engineer was named Michael Gordon, and we was working on this music app at the time called Echo Me. Okay. So I was already familiar with the tech space.
Got you.
My man's Gabe was always an entrepreneur. He never had his own business before he became CEO of ZipRun. But in 2019, we were just we're gonna come up with an idea. We don't know what it's gonna be, and we would go to the Hyde Park Library and we were just brainstorming ideas. Because we wanted to build a tech company. Because if you want to be honest, technology is where the money is. And cannabis is just. As black entrepreneurs, we always want to be in music, fashion, sports. But if you look at the richest people, and the richest man in the world is Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? And number two is Jeff Bezos. Tech too. Yeah, that's where the money. Technology is where the money is. That's where the billions is. Yeah. So we was we got to get into the tech industry. I already had Echo Me. We wanted to come up with another idea, and I came up with an idea basically where it was gonna be a fashion delivery business. Let's say you want to get a shirt from Macy's, right? I would, on my platform, you would be able to order from Macy's, and someone would be able to go to like Macy's downtown and bring it to you same day delivery. Because not a lot of people want to be patient and wait for. These are just ideas I'm throwing. I don't give a fuck. Niggas can have them.
You know, we gonna put this out, bro. You sure you?
Yeah, I don't care. Niggas can have these ideas. I don't care. Like, because I'm not gonna execute on them.
Okay.
So that was the first idea I had, and I told my man's Gabe, and he was like, "Yo, that's a good idea, but I don't know." And he's just like 5 minutes later, he was like, "What about weed delivery?" And I was like, "Is that legal?" This is 2019. This is before it was even thought about. So I was like, "Bro, we can Google it, like, you know." And we seen that it was like gray area. Like it could become legal soon, or it couldn't be legal soon. We didn't really know. And he was like, "What you think?" I'm like, "Bro, honestly, we could say all day and try to come up with another idea, but this is the one that's gonna make us the most money. Like, it's an easy concept." Yeah. So we was like, "Here, bro, fuck, we gonna start working on it before it was even legal." So we're putting money to something that we don't even know if it's gonna be lucrative or even come about. Like, it could be 5 years from now before we delivery is ready. But we like, if we start working on it now, we're gonna be ahead of the curve. And you know, long story short, next year it was legal in 2020. You know, and we had already like been working on it. So once it got legalized, we jumped on it. You know, so that's what put us ahead of the curve. You're already in the space,
so you just hit the ground running.
Yeah, we was already working on it before it was even thought about as an idea.
Right.
And that's what we was saying, because we was like, "Yo, bro, once the Harvard kids, like, that's what we always say, because we went to
once they hit that space,
bro, once they hit that,
shit,
they gonna get in there."
Yeah,
so
bro.
we had to get on there early, and that's what has kept us in the position that we are in now, which is a blessing. Like, my other co-founders is Christian Nicholson, he's the COO, and then Michael Gordon, he's the Chief Technology Officer. So that's the team, the four of us, the co-founders. And then we have a individual named Doug, who is the principal web developer. He was working at TripAdvisor for 15 years, so he knows what he's doing when it comes to technology. So that's like the core five.
I was gonna say your website is pretty interactive. I like the Instagram pages, like catch the bottle.
I created all of that content, so I appreciate all of that.
It's very interactive.
Direct compliment.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, I'm the CGO, so I'm the chief growth officer. So everything with marketing, sales, product development, like design, that's what I do for the company.
This is a very well set up website. All three of them actually are really good.
It's amazing.
So props
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, so like I think Saint was the one that put me on to you guys, like, yo, check this, because he knew, like, you know, the idea I had. So like when I saw you guys, I was just fucking, one, you guys are from Boston, so I was like, that's amazing. It's not some San Francisco, like, you know what I'm saying, or LA. It's like,
right here,
y'all are here. You know what I'm saying? So, but on top of that, I was excited because you guys took it, like I said, I kind of had the same idea, but you guys took it, you know, like the next step. So it's kind of like a learning moment for me, because it's the same thing. When I was looking into it, I think I was looking into like 2018 actually. I was looking into it when nothing's legal. There wasn't even the bill, like they weren't trying to pass the bill yet. Yeah. And that's where I stopped. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stop here, and if it ever becomes legal, I'll get back into it. Y'all did the opposite, which was my learning moment. Is like, yeah, just because it's not legal doesn't mean you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep working on it and look at it now. So it's amazing. But so you guys got some funding. Yeah, series funding. You want to explain?
Yeah, we raised $2.3 million. So yeah, $2 million was from a VC, and $300,000 was from like friends and family.
All right, so that's where I want to get at. So how for like all the people who want to be entrepreneurs or like low level, small level entrepreneurs listening, explain how to even start or think about getting funding, like series funding.
You gotta have one thing they always look at is the team.
Okay.
I'm young. I was 24 at the time when we got the funding, and I'm the youngest on the team. Gabe, the CEO, he just turned 26, so he's 25 at the time. So the first thing they look at is the team to see if you guys actually had the chance to pull it off, you know? Okay. Then they look at like the business plan, the financials, things of that nature. The one thing that we were really lucky about was that it's a concept that's very understood, and we had Gabe, who's a social equity license holder, because Zipron's a social equity business. You know, it's a social equity company, meaning that Gabe has a social equity license, meaning that he has to be the majority owner of the company, or at least 51%. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, we didn't even get into. So basically,
I was about to say, go ahead.
It's a whole lot. But we can talk about funding, So basically, we had licenses that could back up our business. Okay. And you know, we had a good, young, solid team, and you know, honestly, the way we got the money was connections. I'm not gonna lie. Like my man's professor. He was a Northeastern professor. He was an angel investor. He fucked with me because, he fucked with my friend, honestly, who ended up investing into my company, which is funny enough. His name is Adam. Adam basically had a relationship with this teacher at Northeastern University who was an angel investor. I had pitched like Black Monarch to him before, but I wasn't really ready at that time, you know? And I was like, I'm not going to waste this man's time because he's a very serious guy and he has serious connections. Exactly. So I was like, I'm going to wait until I have an idea or something of that nature or serious to present to him. Long story short, Gabe was doing some research on LinkedIn and was like, yo, who's this guy? And I'm like, yo, I know him. Like, he goes to Northeastern. He's like, but I was like, he's a very serious investor, you know? Because we had pitched Zipper to a lot of people. And it's funny is that, I can't say numbers, but the evaluation that we was going for, we tripled it. And at the time, I'm not gonna say no names. It was this dude. He was, he was an investor. He was some black dude. You know what I'm saying? I got respect for him. We told him what we wanted our company to be evaluated it. I'll say this: at the time, we wanted to get, we wanted a $6 million valuation. He told us that was crazy.
Shot it down.
Crazy. He was like, yo, y'all don't have the EBITDA. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I keep 100 though. He was like, yo, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? You guys are young.
Damn.
You guys had no track record.
Yeah.
Like, how you gonna, Yeah. But it was just, it takes sometimes meeting the right person, and we went back to the professor and we told him our idea, and he was like, yo, all I can do is, like, I got some friends who are interested in cannabis. If you guys do good enough of a spill or a pitch to them, they might be interested. I really believe in my team, and Gabe was I seriously believe in Gabe. I'm not gonna lie, like, he's a great CEO. He's a great friend of mine too, and he's a very serious dude. Like, he's about his business. You know what I'm saying?
Respect it.
So we knocked these presentations out the park to these investors, and we had the licenses to back it up. And it's just like, we got connected to people. This is what I say about people all the time. Like, in order to get investors, the easiest way to get investors is to get people who are already interested in that field of business. Mm-hmm. Like, the people who gave us the $2 million of VC, they already had ties to a cannabis delivery company in California.
Ooh, so that's a gem. That's a
gem.
So you go directly to the industry instead of just fucking everybody.
We was pitching the dude that told us that the $6 million valuation, which is pebbles now to what Zipper is worth, he was into finance. He don't really know cannabis.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit.
He didn't really know cannabis. So to him, he's like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, $6 million.
Exactly.
What are you talking about? Okay.
Like, he wasn't, but it's all good. Like, you live and learn. Like, the best way to get an investor is to pitch to someone who's already interested in that field, because you don't have to sell them too much, and they know the value of what you're pitching to them. So, long story short, I'm like, I'm gonna celebrate the process, because to raise money, it takes a long time. It's not easy. Yeah. Like, I was working at State Street at the time, and I was juggling both. I tell people all the time, like, I'll keep it 100. Like, COVID was a blessing and a curse, because without COVID, there's no way I would have been able to pull off Zip Run, or me and Miguel, because we was working 9 to 5s and doing this at the same time, and it was impossible to be able to do that from the office. The fact that we was working from home,
you had to go home and keep working.
It was able to do both at the same time. So, like, we would I didn't sleep. We would not sleep, like, 9 out of 5. Then we would do a 5 to 12 with Zip Run. Go to sleep, wake up, same rotation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes that to succeed though in this world. Like, you gotta take risks. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting off topic, so.
Nah, bro, listen, man. Listen.
You know what I'm saying? But
I had a question.
What's your question?
So, you said you have a connection in Cali. So right now you're local. Do you plan on expanding to other states?
Yeah. I got, I want to take this as big as it can be. I feel like Massachusetts and Boston is the foundation, and whatever works here, you could take that formula and translate it all across the country, because honestly, in the South, recreational marijuana is not even legal. Mm-hmm. But there's already people in Atlanta that, because of who we are and the fact that we're a black-owned company of this magnitude, they for sure want to use us versus any of the other technology platforms.
Yeah, I feel like as, I guess, as a culture, or not even a culture, but as a group of people, as black people in this country, I feel like if there's ever a time where, and it could be more, but if there's ever a time where black businesses or black movements have support, it's like now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of like black businesses, a lot of black movements, they kind of have everybody's ears and eyes. You know what I mean? Now, what you do with that attention and your work ethic or whatever you're doing, that's up to you. But I feel like there's no more excuse as black businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they don't support us or like. I mean, regardless of support or not, you still got to do it. But I feel like throughout history, now is the time, as a black business, as a black entertainer, as a black creator, whatever, is like, I feel like the most support you'll ever get is now.
Right now. I agree with that. especially after George Floyd.
Exactly.
Black businesses skyrocketed. Black women are doing their thing. Like black women are really
black
holding
women
it down.
Killing it, bro.
They're
Oh my God.
I think it's like the
Oh
biggest
my
growth
God.
in the business vector of any is black women. Like
Education, like
everything.
they're fucking
Killing
checking all the goddamn boxes.
yeah, so.
I mean, shit, what talent?
They're taking credit for everything.
Sure. But nah, I agree with you.
I will say there is a lot of competition in the weed business right now because you're not the only business that has started within the past couple of years. Do you think that with just your platform and the versatility of your business that you can push out those other businesses and continue to go throughout the years?
What weed businesses you got in mind?
Well, there was one business where I think it's just like a vending machine per se where you order online and then you go pick up at the vending machine. So there's other people doing the same things. There's other people doing like, I think, well, you will have one business too, actually, technically. But like there's a lot of other weed businesses and weed ideas, and people are continuously using it because now weed is legal. So they are stepping into that field a lot more. And I think your business is a little bit more unique because you actually have people delivering it to people. And if I remember correctly, in college, a lot of the issues that the college student had was finding a person to bring them their weed.
Yeah.
Especially late at night.
I'm telling you, during the winter, this shit's gonna slap.
I know, yeah.
So do you think, well, I guess my turnaround question is, do you think the fact that you added that little extra like cushion for your business, that it will continue to prosper more than other businesses that are just like vending machines or online buying and waiting for it to be delivered and stuff like that?
That's a good question. I think that one thing I want to say is that ZipRent is an online marketplace, right? Mm-hmm. If you see where the world is going, majority of people are shopping online. By far. It's not even close.
Debatable, yeah.
If you want to get food delivered to you, you don't go to McDonald's app. You go to like a DoorDash or Uber Eats or Grubhub. So these delivery pickup marketplaces are really taking over when it comes to soliciting goods. Mm-hmm. So that's what ZipRent is. So there's not a lot of there isn't a company right now that is doing that on a big scale when it comes to the cannabis industry, because as far as technology, the cannabis industry is fairly new because it just got legal. It's been legal. It's with anything within the last 10 years, any business or industry within the last 10 years is fairly new. Mm-hmm. So it hasn't really expanded within a technology standpoint yet. Like there's not a lot of big time players in the game. For instance, like when weed becomes very legal, the Ubers of the world, maybe the Amazons of the world, they'll jump into the marketplace.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like you might have a lot of like Zipcar has, and then Uber and all these other things.
So I was going to piggyback off that. So do you guys have like a plan, or I wouldn't say fear because business is business, but do you guys have a plan for, because it's inevitable if you ask me. Exactly. Uber, like fucking DoorDash, and I have this company that delivers alcohol. They're called Grizzly or something like that. Like Drizzly. Like, I mean, it's just common sense that these businesses are gonna get into the industry and make it an extension of what they already have. Do you guys have like a plan, or like you're just like doing me? Or
I'll say this is all I'll say. In Massachusetts, in Boston, there's something called the social equity application. Basically the social equity, if you're not a social equity applicant legally within the state of Massachusetts, you can't deliver cannabis. And the only way to be a social equity applicant is to come from an area of disproportionate impact. Basically, you was from a community that was negatively affected by marijuana prohibition and enforcement. Yeah. So war on drugs, you have to come from there. You have to live in the city of Boston or within the city of Massachusetts for 10 years. And then you got to be a minority. So they created this program so that people who came from these disadvantaged backgrounds have the opportunity to make money within the cannabis industry. So it's blocking the big players from being able to come into the game.
Nice.
Other cities like California didn't do that, but cities like New York and New Jersey are adopting this program. So it's creating this space where weed delivery or cannabis delivery is a safe zone.
Smaller companies to build.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why ZipRent is called the social equity cannabis delivery platform. So basically what we're going to do is work with drivers who have their social equity licenses. They can now deliver using ZipRent as a platform that's like basically sending them the order. So let me like explain this. Like ZipRent is the platform where you could purchase the product. Right. The person executing the delivery doesn't have to be a ZipRent employee. But unfortunately, not a lot of people who come from disproportionate areas have the resources or the access to create a tech platform like a Ziprun or a Drizzly or Uber Eats or these other companies you just stated or GoPuff. We just have the lucky opportunity that I had connections in the tech world already, and we were able to raise $2.3 million, which allowed us to create this platform, in this technology platform that can be used to solicit cannabis. So the difference between us and a vending machine is that vending machine's in one place at one time. Ziprun can be across the world in an instant because it's technology. You go on ziprun.com, I don't know if you want to pull it up, you'll see you can order from anywhere and any dispensary within the ones that we have at any time. Eventually, when we have delivery, we can, it's so easy to create a back-end system where we can partner with a dispensary in California, Colorado, and do the same thing. It's not just segmented in one area. If that answers your question. So as far as competition, there's not a lot of companies that are doing what we're doing, and there's no company that has our background that's doing what we're doing. So I know that it's gonna be impactful. Like I don't think this is probably the first time ever I think like a black-owned company of this magnitude within actually no, there's one black-owned company called it's like a food delivery company. I'll give them their credit. They created a food delivery app, and they're doing their thing. I think it's called BAM. It's called Black and Mobile. I don't know if you guys heard of it. They only deliver for like black-owned restaurants. They're other than them.
Is it local?
No, they're not in Boston, of course. They're like in Atlanta. They're like predominantly black cities. But that's one company I'll give them their credit. Like they did it,
So I wanna go back a little bit. So you said the drivers have to have a social equity license in order to drive for you. So
no, not the drivers. My fault. I misspoke. Basically the owner, like for instance, like Ziprun, we have our social equity license for delivery. We're in a provisional stage. We're gonna get our final license, so we can hire people to be drivers. The actual drivers don't have to have this license.
I just wanted to put you on in case somebody wanted to drive for you.
I'll get that shit.
Yeah. But if you get the license, then you can employ people to work for you. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the drivers in themselves don't have to have the license.
Perfect. In case y'all want to drive for Ziprun.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, so let's backtrack a little bit. So you guys got the funding, right? You got the 2.3, you said 2.3 mil. What's because nobody just gives money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody just like, here, take my money and do what the fuck you want with it. Like nobody does
I
that.
wish.
So what's, I guess, the stipulations, or like, is there deadlines now, or like what comes behind the money? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like everybody reads headline like, oh, this company got funded, like. Which is amazing. Like there's now a resource you can use to like build your company, but I feel like nobody, unless you really look, nobody talks about like, hey, I took the money, but I don't like the person that gave it to me because of X, Y, and Z, or like I took the money and whoever the investor is like amazing. They understand. Like, so what's like? You don't have to tell me who, because I'm pretty sure it's like protected and shit. But
it's public. I mean, it's out there, but
yeah. I mean, you don't have to tell us. It's up to you, but I guess what are the stipulations behind the money? Are there like deadlines you have to meet, or like?
I wouldn't say deadlines.
Okay.
I would say like when a VC invests in you, they give you that money because they want to quantify their money. They want in 3, 4, 5 years. That $2 million is 10, 20, 30. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they care about. They care about their exit strategy, which is basically like, let's say they invested at Ziprun at this valuation. In 5 years, they want Ziprun to be 10 times that valuation. So if this company sells, they can get that return. That's basically what it is, honestly.
Yeah, but are they like, so perfect. You said 5. So in 5 years, during that 5 years, are they like every year they're like, hey, I want the company to have this many users by this.
No, I mean, we come up with that.
So that's your own.
We come up with that, and we pitch that. We tell we pitch that to them. Like, this is what before someone gives you the money, you have to tell them how. Like that's you got to tell them what you think you can do within this time. Let's say 5 years. Right. So let's say with Ziprun is worth this now. In 5 years we expect it to be this, and this is how we're gonna do it. So we already pitched that to them. So they already know our plan. We just gotta execute. So we would say like probably on a yearly basis. Actually, every quarterly you gotta give an update to your investors like how everything is going. But they invest there for the long run. These are not people who gonna give you let me tell you, the people who give you $2 million, they're not asking you a month later where the money is. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's long term.
They got $2 million. They probably got 100. You know what I'm saying? They got money, so they're not banging on your back like, yo, man, what you doing? Yeah, they're not doing that.
I see that.
Exactly. Like they gotta trust the process. But as long as like on a quarterly basis you're getting back to them and you're in good standing, that's it. They're good because they're putting money everywhere. This is like, you know,
it's not just you. So that's next time I was gonna say like,
yeah.
So is it I guess a group of investors or like
VC?
Now? Okay, so
venture capital.
Right?
You know, are you a VC? Basically, it's a fund. It's like a conglomerate of people or high profile or high net worth people.
No. What I meant was is like when they invest in you guys. Well, yes, obviously they invest in you guys, but is it other companies in the industry that they invest in, like a group of companies, or
they've invested in other cannabis companies?
Okay,
for sure. Yeah, okay. They invest in other cannabis companies.
Okay.
Yeah, because they did the one in Cali.
The one in Cali, like there was part, but and there was also like they invested in some cultivation. They got calls like when the Zipper news broke out. People who are like, you know, if you're ever looking for investors, go to the other companies in your industry. This is some, you know what I'm saying? Go to other companies in your industry.
Listen,
see who led the round. Basically, that's the investor who invested the most money, whether it be a VC or individual, and hit those people up because they're the ones that's giving out the bag.
So how? Because I'm trying to like, and I love the conversations for it, but I'm trying to like the smallest person like who has no fucking idea. Like they want to be their own boss, but they have no fucking idea of that stuff. How do you even get a contact to talk to them? You know what I mean? Like, I know you said you had connections and stuff, but like, how do you get a fucking email?
It's all
a number.
there.
Like,
I'm telling you, you go on Zipper right now. You look at go on Yahoo Finance. If you go on Yahoo Finance, you'll see that Millennium Capital led our round, and if you click that link, it's gonna bring you to them. People have done that. Like,
so you just gotta pretty much bother them.
Yeah, like people trust me. People have like, yo, so and so hit me up, and like me and Gabe would know who they are. Like they're smart. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They seen the money we got, and they're trying to go get it for themselves. That's smart. That's being business savvy.
They want it.
Yeah, they want it.
They want it. Damn, man, that's amazing. That's fucking amazing.
I gotta come up with a business now. Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, once you got a business plan, and you got the team is number one. The business plan, financials, and I mean, the idea is number one. You got a good idea, right? You got to have a good idea. Weed delivery is simple. That's what I'm saying. It was a good idea. Was it hard? It's not hard to sell. That's the point. It's already working other places. Yeah, so that was number one. And then 2 is the team. And then 3 is like the business plan, the presentation, the financials, all that type of stuff.
Now, for the app, like, how to develop? Is there somebody on the team? Because I know, like, I've looked into like app development. So I know you can like.
It's not Zipper. It's not an app. It's only a web domain.
That's what I was gonna ask. So like, is it something where you guys are gonna launch it later, or is like the goal, or like? So is it something where it's like somebody on the team is actively developing it, or you guys working like a third party, or someone on? I don't know if you can disclose that, but
no. People on our team could definitely create an app.
Okay. For
sure. Okay. But that's definitely where the world is, where the world's going.
Yeah. Honestly, your Instagram is very close to being an app, the way that you guys set it up. Yeah. All you have to do is just move all that platform into an app, and I think you guys would probably be straight.
We built Zipper. If you go on Zipper, you can go to like app.zipper.com, and that will really show you like the marketplace. When you go on Zipper.com, like app.zipper.com will show you like the marketplace, and you'll see like we kind of already built it. App.ziprun.com.
Oh, that's not it. Okay.
Yeah, app.ziprun.com, and you'll be able to see like, honestly, that's like, it's already built kind of like an app.
Gotcha.
You got the icons at the bottom.
Gotcha. Now, do you guys plan on having your own line of products? Like edibles, fucking...
Eventually. You can do everything and anything, man. Yeah, we could do everything and anything. That's the beauty of it. You just got to get a license for it. And the fact that the CEO has his social equity license, he can get other licenses for product cultivation, product manufacturing, a dispensary, anything and everything you can do.
Where y'all get your products?
Right now, we dispensaries. So we just, for instance, if she puts in her address, local dispensaries will pop up that are near her.
I'm gonna put my old address.
Yeah.
So nobody can find me.
Don't worry, I'll blur it out. Cool. I'm gonna pull up to the spot.
This ain't like previous address.
It'll
like
show you Berkshire Roots is the closest to her. That's in East Boston.
Oh, nice.
Ready is another dispensary that's dope. They're in Newton. and then Major Bloom, which is in Worcester, and Northeast Alternatives, which is in Fall River. So already we're in different sectors of Massachusetts, and we just launched like maybe a month or two ago.
Yeah. Nice. So do you know how many total dispensaries you guys are partner?
Man, we gonna partner with everything. It's gonna be a lot, man. I'm trying to. I guarantee you, like a year from now, we're gonna look back at this interview. You're gonna be like, damn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
Come back a year.
I know
from
a few.
For sure, yeah.
I know a few in Brockton, and I don't know
definitely
personally,
Brockton. We're gonna get Brockton.
There's one called Legal Greens. It's like
For
the
sure.
first black female owned dispensary. Like, so there is a few. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's one in downtown. I think it's called Ascend.
Ascend Wellness.
There's one in Grove Hall. I can't remember the name.
Pure Oasis.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to tell you, man.
You got the list.
Yo, man, we gonna keep in contact. We're gonna see all these names you guys are saying. I can't say nothing, but all these names you guys are saying right now is like, you know, when you see them on, you gonna see them on Zipper for sure. For sure.
I can't tell none of these names. I'm just like, yeah.
It's okay, Freddie. I know it's obviously not your decision only, but like acquisition. What's the goal? Is the goal to hit a certain? Again, I don't know if you can say all this shit. Is the goal to hit the company hit a certain evaluation and then y'all cash out? Because I'm telling you, if Uber comes pull up with a blank check and be like, "Yo, what y'all need?"
Yeah.
What's the number?
I keep it 100. Like, I don't really. It ain't no secret. I'm conflicted. I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, if you was asking me the best, like what I want, me personally, I care about legacy a lot. Like I've learned now, like money isn't everything. I want to go down in history, or not just my team. Like we really made a difference. So we could go all the way to, you know, an IPO and be one of the biggest tech companies in the world. Of course, that's what I would. Yeah. Of course, that's what I would want. But realistically, like, you know, it's hard to do that. It's only a few companies that actually made it that far without, like, even Instagram. Instagram got, you know, Mark Zuckerberg came through with that B, and he, you know, the dude Kevin, he sold it. Yeah. He's from Mass too, which is funny.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, as people, none of us are
like Harvard or something.
Born rich. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, not that I'm aware of. None of us have money, and if I do, I don't know I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, just imagine a company comes to you and is like, I give y'all $5 billion.
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you? How do I know you? I know you said.
Cash out, bro.
I know
I feel
you
like
say
get more.
I know you said legacy, but like, how do you say like
no?
Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. They come to me with $1 billion. I'm out the game quick. I'm like, where the fuck I signed, yo? I'm gonna find out how much is after taxes first, or where I can have my money offshore. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna cut this part out. But how do you say no, like, to life change? It's not like I get it. 100 million is a lot of money, but like that's NFL football player money.
Yeah, exactly.
Billions are like, nigga, my great grandkids gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, how do you say no to that?
$1 billion. It's hard for me to say I would say no now. Yeah, because I don't have $1 billion. But I think the talks would, like, to get me anxious, it would have to be $1 billion. I also know I was keeping 500 million and up. Yeah. Anything less than 500 million, I feel like we didn't do what we supposed to do.
Especially in this growing industry.
Yeah, for sure. Anything less than 500 million, I don't think we did what we were supposed to do. Yeah. But it's also I got this advice from this dude. I forget his name, man, but he's an entrepreneur. I think it's like Lane or something. Like, I figured him off of Clubhouse. And he said, really, it's not about how much you sell for, it's how much equity you have. Because each round you do, we just did a seed, and then Series A, Series B, you're giving up equity, right? So you could sell your company for $500 million and take more money to your pocket than when it sells for $1 billion. Right. A lot of people sleep on that. Right. Like, you know, so you're not
getting the whole $1 billion, obviously.
Yeah. Right. So every round of funding you do, you're giving up more equity. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's very important. Like, 10% of 500 million is more money than 0.1% of $1 billion. You know, so you also got to be aware of how much equity you have. Like, my goal right now, to be honest, I'll just say, like, a great start of, like, our Series A, Zipper could be worth 100 million. Our Series A, then I'll know we're on the right trajectory. Because then I know for sure we can go for $1 billion. Yeah,
because I mean, the second you guys hit 100 million, I'm just talking about acquisition. The second you get that evaluation, these companies are going to come knocking. Now and it goes back to the things like, at what number do you say yes or no? Now, I mean, you guys obviously said like 500 million up, but I'm like, pretty much throughout this journey of building this company, you're gonna get offers. Especially, it's automatic. You're gonna get offers in the industry. It's like, how do you constantly say no? Because the number's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm just looking at it from my shoes.
I put it like this though, not to cut you off. We can't even sell Ziprin for at least, because of the social equity thing. We can't sell it for like at least three years. It hasn't even really started yet because someone has to get their first warehouse in Massachusetts first before the 3 years start. So technically, until the next 3 to 4 years, we can't even sell the company.
Right.
So once that 3 to 4 years is up, that's when we're really gonna see, like, by then we should be very legal, and that's when you're gonna see the Ubers or the DoorDashes of the world's coming in. I tell you like this, I'm not gonna say that their name. There was a cannabis company that started 4 years ago, and right now they're worth $3.75 billion.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
In 4 years.
Oh my God. Man.
So in 4 years, if Ziprin's not worth in 4 years, Ziprin could be worth $1 billion. Yeah. And, you know, at that point, that's when you really start fielding those offers. Like, okay, do we want to keep doing this?
And then on top of that, it's not just you again. It's a team.
Yeah,
like,
it's a team.
How does it work if 3 people want to sell? And you know what I'm saying?
The board makes the decision.
Okay.
It's the board.
Okay.
So
how many people are on your board right now?
It's just the co-founders right now for now, but it's by that time it's gonna be a few power heads on that board.
They got, again, I don't know. I keep saying this shit, but I don't know if you can say it. Yeah. But like, are there anybody in the industry right now you guys would love to have on the board, or like?
Yeah, I can't use. Nah,
you can't.
No, but there's people. I'll tell you this though. In our Series A, I do personally want some powerful black people to be a part of it. We already had like a friends and family, and then obviously we're gonna create a pool where black people can, like, you know, from Boston, can, not just Boston but in general, like, let's say we raise $5 million our Series A. I mean, let's say actually $10 million our Series A. We're gonna make sure there's at least a pool of like $100,000 that local people from the city of Boston who probably only have $1,000 to $2,000 to invest can still invest their money in Ziprin.
Let me know, bro. I got 20 for y'all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna create that round. Like,
some money down.
People always like, yo, because honestly, the first investors in the Ziprin was my friends. My man's Adam, my man Solomon. They're the first 2 people invested into Ziprin. It was my day one friends, you know. So, we're gonna make sure to keep that alive and keep that going. Like, we don't want to just keep on. We want to make sure that with Ziprin, the end goal with Ziprin is to actually make a difference within the people who deserve to make a difference with. Like, the cannabis industry, you know, black and brown people have been getting locked up and thrown under jail cells for this, and now people are making billions of dollars off of it. Like, those same people need to benefit off of this industry. Right. That also is like, what was it for? What was the point of making it legal, you know? Yeah. So we're gonna make sure that those communities, those same people are the ones that's like getting enriching by this.
Nice. So to go into the community aspect of it, are there, I mean, you guys are still young, so that's probably not yet, but are there any plans for any, I guess, like community, like reach out or like?
For sure.
Because a lot of, I don't know if it's cliche at this point, but a lot of cannabis, not just delivery, but a lot of cannabis companies in the industry in general, they do things like, which I'm not knocking it, it's a very good thing. They do things like hire people like ex-convicts or people that were arrested for, you know, weed laws and stuff like that and bringing them in. So is there anything like that in the works or plans? Or the
whole social equity program kind of outlines that, but we're going to go above that. So basically you have to give donations to certain nonprofit organizations that have the initiatives to help, you know, black and brown communities. You have to employ a certain number of people who come from minority backgrounds, or it's things of that nature. So that system is kind of in place. But due to the fact that I personally, like, that's what I live for, we're going to go above and beyond those guidelines. Because honestly, that's what I feel as if that Ziprin is here for, period. Like, it's here to give the next generation of black and brown youth from the city of Boston, and hopefully influences the entire world, to know that we can be the creators of these type of companies. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like right now we're really in a mix where black people, I'll keep it 100, we really just are focusing in on or keying on the entertainment side of things.
Oh yeah,
you know
I mean, what I'm saying? It's been the cliche with black people for years. It's, you're an athlete, you can rap, or like you're good at art, or it's rarely it's business. You know
what it is though? Yeah. Kids only see, like, image is important. I remember it was a quote, it's like, he who controls image controls minds, or whatever. So growing up, I wanted to be a rapper. Why? Because when I saw what Black wealth looked like, it was Jay-Z. I wanted to be Jay-Z, honestly. Like, I was like, oh, I want to be Hove. That's what I wanted to be. And then obviously Lil Wayne came through and he was cool. So I started, and then Drake came, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be a rapper. Why? Because when I thought about Black success, that's what was portrayed to me.
That was
on
success.
To
That's
media.
the definition of success.
Exactly. Other than my father, obviously my father have a strong Black man, a strong Black woman. My parents are together. I'm blessed. Like, but they, I see how much they would work. My father's a radiologist. You feel me? And my mother's a nurse. Like, I'll see how much they would work and be like, damn, because I'm Nigerian. So you know what I'm saying? And, they go hard. You know what I'm saying? It's just education and work. But I was like, I don't know. That's the lifestyle I wanted. I wanted to like influence and like have enough money to like, I always cared about legacy. Like when I go, I want people to be able to reflect and be like, yo, this person had X, Y, Z. Not just like rappers. Like I also looked up to like, Malcolm X, Honorable Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King. Like, Black men of these statures. But growing up in my era, like none of those leaders was there. It was just the rappers. You feel me? And
the horrors in the history books.
Yeah, like that's a whole nother conversation. So I don't blame the kids for wanting to be that, because that's what I wanted to be. So I feel like people like me and my brothers, my conglomerate or my team, we call ourselves Black Monarch. It was a clothing brand, but then it just became way much more. Like we want to show kids like, yo, you can go to college and go to and get a good job and study a lucrative major and build your own businesses and still be lit and young. Like I'm 25, I'm not old. You feel me? And I still live this lifestyle that is like people will say is like, I don't want to say it's a rapper lifestyle, but like that young get money lifestyle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I still pride myself on my education, my intellect. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what allowed me to live this lifestyle and get all these opportunities that I have. That's not portrayed enough. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times they just want us to be the ambassador of the company, never the owner. So that's the flip side that we're coming with. Like I own this stuff. Like everything I promote, I own it. I'm cutting the checks. People aren't cutting me a check. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to say there's nothing wrong with that. But we also have to have that inverse where we're not always just the ambassadors. You know what I'm saying? So
on behalf of something. Yep.
Exactly.
No, I got you.
Young though, because there's a lot of people who are older than like I'm. You know what I'm saying? But like you can do it young. It's possible to do it young. Like I think it's another thing. It's hard to have. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to have $1 million or multi-million-dollar business at a young age. That's why when I say my age to certain people, they look at me like, what the fuck? Like, how did you? But I've been working. I've been trying to get to this point since I was like 16.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was going to be, but I was working towards something since I was 16. Yeah. So now
being so young in the industry, does that come with? Because like money, like a lot of money. That's an old man's game. You know what I'm saying? That's older, like wealth. That's an old man's game. So when you're in this industry trying to get funded, and your age comes up, does that deter people, or is it impressive to some people, or like?
I would say because my team has a range. Like I said, my principal web developer, he worked at TripAdvisor for 15 years. So we do have accredited people on our team that you can see their track history. Like, okay, this person knows what they're doing. I do think that before Doug was on our team, you could have had those ifs, like, how they gonna pull it off. But like now, at this point, it's over. You can look. We don't even gotta say. It's only a certain long amount of time before the proof is in the pudding. Like you can go on zipper.com and see what we're doing already. So at this point, there's nothing that can hold us back except for ourselves, in my opinion. But in the beginning, yeah, of course, it was hard. That's why it takes a long time. It takes the average company during their seed round to like a year to get the money. We did it less than that, but that's why it takes a long time.
It's amazing. All right, so let's switch gears for a little bit. You have not just ZipRun. What other businesses you're a part of? You mentioned Black Monarch earlier, but like, what other businesses are you a part of?
Honestly, it's just ZipRun and Black Monarch. I will say that ZipRun has taken a lot of my time. I haven't really been focused too much on the clothing aspect of Black Monarch. But at the end of the day, the idea of Black Monarch is kind of what we're doing with ZipRun. Like I created Black. Yeah, I created Black. But when I went to St. John's University, from 2014 to 2016, and I was a party promoter in New York. That was my first time ever being an entrepreneur. I was throwing parties, and I didn't want to really throw. I was living in New York, and in New York, if you're from New York, people are young getting to it. I'm not gonna lie, like I remember there was this dude. His name was Danny. He was like my age, and he had $80,000. No cap. I never seen that amount of money in my life from a person my age coming up in Boston. Like Boston, you know, at the time, now you see these youngins in Boston, they getting money right now. But at the time when I was growing up in Boston, if you had 10 bands, you was the man. You get what I'm saying? Like 17, 18, you was the man with 10 bands. This man had like 80. He had his own whip. He had his own crib. Freshman in college. I'm like, yo, what the is this nigga doing? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I need a phone with this nigga. Like he was a party promoter. So I was like, I went to St. John's because J. Cole went there and I wanted to be a rapper. So I was
That's
like,
really why you went to St. John's?
I went to St. John's because J. Cole went there.
Funny.
That was my college decision. Like I was like, J. Cole went there, I'm there.
I'm going.
And I love Hov. Like I'm trying to tell you, these are the decisions you make as a kid. Like I'm 17. I graduated from high school. I went to Boston Land School. I graduated from high school at 17. These are decisions. Like this is how I made my decision. Like yo, I want to go to New York. I want to be a rap. Like I wanted to go to Syracuse. That was my dream school. But then I realized that Syracuse was in New York City, so then I cut it off.
Like in the boonies.
I was like, it's a dub. I was like, I'm going to New York. So it was like, I was like, St. John's made the most sense. J. Cole went there. It's in New York City. I always looked at the Hov. I was like, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going to get money.
You saw the whole path.
Bro. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go to New York and I'm gonna take it over. You know what I'm saying? So I went to New York and it was crazy. Like, yo, dudes really be to it. Like, young, like they got you because New York is like, if you're broke, it's clip for you.
Yeah,
I feel like in Boston, if you ain't got money, like you ain't gonna really feel it like that. Like in New York, if you ain't got money, you gonna feel like you're the bottom of the earth. Like that's what these dudes grind with. I was rocking with dudes from like Brooklyn, so like they really get into it. Like my, you know what I'm saying? So they was like, it's funny now. Like some of my mans, they were from the Flaws, like Canarsie. This is at the time before like it now because of Pop Smoke. Everybody know what the Floss is, but at the time they weren't really like, they were known, but they weren't like what they are now. Right. And they were just like known as the get money dudes. Like they was getting money. Like that's what they was known for. They was flashy and they get money. So I would like, that's what really made me realize like, yo, I don't gotta wait until I graduate from college to get a
start now.
You start now. Like that's what Boston, I'm gonna keep it 100. At the time, Boston was like that. Like, you know, you go to college, you party, you have fun, get with a whole bunch of women, then you graduate, you get your job, and then you work, you stack your bread, and then you move out of Boston. Like that was the path that they was, you know, that was this typical like college kid route. If you were successful out of Boston, like I had to change the whole blueprint. That's why like my other company, my consulting company is called The New Blueprint.
Okay.
It's like a consulting company that I'm doing. It's called The New Blueprint, and that's because me and my friends were trying to craft up a new blueprint. Basically a new, because you know Jay-Z had the blueprint, but now it's a new era, so now it's a new blueprint. I say all the time, if Hov, I don't know for sure, but I feel like Hov would be doing what I would be. He'd be into tech. Like if Hov was my age, instead of rapping, he'd be in the tech world. Because that's where the money is. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like that's where the money. That's where the millions and the billions and the billions is at. So of course that's the industry you would want to go for if you want to reach those levels. Like he's a billionaire now, but it took him a while to get there, and he's been at the top of his game for so long. These tech dudes is 4 years, they're billionaires. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different ball game. So like, I know I'm probably getting off topic, but
well, I wanted to also add that your consulting company isn't just for tech and stuff like that. It has other stuff too. So list it out for people.
Stocks. So I'm big in stocks, huge in stocks. I think that. I mean, cut you off, but I feel like stocks and good old real estate. I would say like if you don't have the, I guess, ambition or drive to like, you know, do what you guys start own your own business,
get into tech or get into a certain industry, I feel like the surest, safest way is stocks and real estate.
Facts.
And I feel like that's realistically, because let's be real, not every black person can go start a Fortune 500 company.
That's a fact.
It'd be nice, but realistically, we're not all gonna do that. Yeah. But I feel like as a black community, if we prioritize education in stocks and education in real estate, our grandkids are maybe not directly, but the next few generations, over time, we plant that seed.
Financial intelligence also. Like I feel like a lot of us don't know about that.
Yeah, that's financial literacy.
There you go.
I keep it 100. We're gonna keep it 100. Like, you know what? Yeah, Martin Luther King, when he got assassinated, it's when he started fighting for financial equality.
Oh yeah,
that's when he got assassinated. Yeah. Why? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the last thing that's needed to actually make things equal. Like you can have rights on paper, but if you don't got the money, it don't matter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the last fight that we're fighting for. Like poverty was was systematically programmed. You know what I'm saying? It's still being utilized as a weapon to this day to keep us, down as a people. So financial literacy is fairly important. Like you said, like stocks, real estate. Real estate gets tough because it's finite. Like basically, like stocks is infinite. You get what I mean? Right. It's not really infinite, but like or crypto, like real estate is only a certain amount of land in this world, and if these motherfuckers own it, how the fuck you gonna buy it from them?
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously.
Like they got that power. Yeah. Like that's why real estate's really tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's really tough to get to real estate. But trading, like if you see these young kids, they make a lot of money off of just trading. I know young like black people, like that's where a lot of them is getting their money from is trading, whether it be from crypto or stocks. It's trading. So many people got rich off of trading in 2020.
Oh, dude, crypto.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So how do you feel about crypto?
Me personally, I have crypto, right? Let's say for this, I don't really care. My stock portfolio is $50,000, right? My crypto portfolio only have 11,000 in it. Okay. And the reason why is because I look at stocks. My investment strategy, I look at stocks like a savings account. Why the fuck I got a savings account where I'm making?
You just put it in stocks.
I could just put the money in stocks and I can make tens of thousands of dollars every year just from it sitting there.
That's exactly what I do. I learned that. I luckily, like nobody taught me. I just happened to click on a YouTube video. Yeah. And that's when it clicked. Like I had a decent amount of my savings. And I clicked on a YouTube video and the dude literally talked about like, take your shit out fucking savings. You're not going to get anything. It's not going to be worth anything in like 2-3 years. Get like index funds, mutual funds, or if you really fuck with a company, invest in that company. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, literally changed my fucking life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Too up and down. Like, if you want to make a lot of money fast, crypto though. Like, if you young and
but know what you're doing because I feel like a lot of people, like, I'm on that. Like, I have crypto too, but I don't preach about it because I don't know shit about crypto, and it's not as safe as like a mutual fund or index funds. Right? But you're right. The upside is you can make a lot of money fast. Yeah. But you can also lose a fucking lot of money fast. You know what I'm saying? So
it's all about like knowing what to invest in. I think that's most people's like hesitance about entering into that field because I'm like interested in stock too and crypto and all that jazz. But it's just like I don't know shit about it and I do not want to lose money. Yeah. As much as it's like, oh yeah, you gotta risk it all to make it all. Yeah. Like,
I lost a lot of money. But, I'll say this, though. With stocks, I was doing options. One day I made 10 bands. One day I lost 10 bands. Oof. That's what really made me like, you know what? I'm about to just play the safe game and play the long game. Like, there's been so many times, like, I'm telling you right now, I could have been, honest to God, have $1 million if I was patient with stocks. Like, there was a stock called CDEV. I had it at like 50 cents, right? That stock is now $7. It was an oil company.
Yeah, bro.
Had mad money in it, like 10,000 in it at like 50 cents, and I took it out because I was like, "Yo, it's just taking too long." And now it's at $7, and that was like probably a little over a year ago because the oil prices went down in the beginning of the pandemic. Like it really showed me like patience is where people who are patient. It's like I remember this girl. She told me it's like patience, like PAY. Like if you have patience, you're gonna get paid in this life with stocks.
It's facts.
But then with crypto, I had Shiba. I was down like. I invested in Shiba. I put $2,500 in it, and then my money was down for months. And then recently, Shiba went on a run. That $2,500 became $10,000. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're patient, you're gonna get paid. But I tell you all the time, when crypto goes on a run, you better sell.
Bro, listen,
you better sell. People try to be greedy, like, I want it to be, and then you lose it all. And then you're sick.
So when it comes to that, there are certain coins where. Because I'm Ethereum. Yeah. I'm an Ethereum. I'll fucking go to bat for Ethereum. I think Ethereum is going to fucking change lives. Yeah. So, like, I have a decent amount in Ethereum, and I'm just waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not watching it every day. Like, I don't even have the fucking app on my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So you just hold it.
Leave it.
You know what's funny? I bought Ethereum when I was in college at $80. I bought one.
You still have it.
I have it.
You still have the one.
Now I have one Ethereum, and now it's like 3,800.
Yeah, it's almost $4,000.
Imagine if I bought 10 of those.
Bro, listen, man. I got in. I won't say how much I put in because
money.
People watch this, but I got in when Ethereum was worth like $1,100.
Oh, so you got in at 11? I got in at 80. I know, man.
I wish I got it at 80.
You see, that's another.
You think I'd be sitting here right now if I got $80?
Yeah, $80.
But yeah, Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's amazing.
Shit. What do you guys think about?
Actually, before I forget, I want to go back to your consulting company. Bit. So, I see the list of. Services. So, is this a list of all the different industries you guys offer?
Yeah, it personally is just me. I do this personally. And
okay.
Even if you look at the prices, I don't really charge that much because I really just want, like, basically, I'll keep it 100 on my social media. I used to always get free game, right? Mm-hmm. And a good amount of people made a lot of money off of, like, things I would post. I would post be like, yo, buy this today. Like, I wouldn't give a damn because I really don't care about how much money you're making off of, like, my whole point is, like, there's so much money in this world, everybody can eat. I'm not about to be holding things. So, you know what I'm saying? Information. Like, I give information. If you follow my Instagram, I give so many money moves all the time because I don't care. You get what I'm saying? But eventually it got to a point where so many people were hitting me up. I was like, yo, the people who are willing to spend this $25 or $40 to speak to me are the people who are truly serious. You get what I'm saying? So now when people just hit me up, I'm like, yo, you can just go ahead. If you want to talk about it, you know, you can just. So basically I talk about stocks, money management, and cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Those three things. Those three things I key in on. Like, those three things I key in on for sure. But yeah, that's why I created this company, this consulting company.
Fucking love it. So apart from, you know, your businesses, like what are some of the things you're into?
Other than my businesses.
I know you said you want to be a rapper. You still drop bars?
No, it's clip. It's clip. Nah, I'm never rapping again. That's dead. I'm gonna own. I'll tell you this much. I'm gonna get into, like, music festivals. That's what I want to do.
Promoting or
doing them? Nah, I'm gonna own the festival, like, for sure. I'm gonna own a music festival, and
like an annual type shit.
For sure, and I'm gonna, you know, hopefully it starts like in New England, and then you know, you keep building. Cause I wanted to do a music label for a minute and all that, but then I was like, yo,
that's a tough industry, dude.
My favorite rappers, I honestly couldn't imagine dealing with them day to day on some business. My favorite rapper is Lil Durk. Keep it 100 with you. My favorite rapper right now is Lil Durk. Yeah. Like, you know, the lifestyle that nigga live, like, you know.
Be stressed, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So like, I got too much money behind you doing all this wild shit.
I be stressed, you know what I'm saying? So another way for me to work with them is like to do shows and that's what I kind of do. Like, I want to own clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started off as a party promoter. That was my first line of entrepreneurship ever, was being a party promoter, being in the clubs. Like, 18 working at promoting for strip clubs or at BB King's in New York. Like, that's how I started. So I, you know, clubs, music festivals. I want to get into the beauty world. You know what I'm saying? I want to. I keep
going on that a little bit. The beauty world. So like
I would say this,
men's, like, facial care.
No, not even men's, not even straight women.
For
women,
the queens.
For sure. Yeah,
for the queens.
Yeah, for sure. Women, like 100%. Like, I'll say this, like, I get my nails done, right?
I was gonna say your nails look very shiny, Betty.
Yeah, I don't do no nail polish. I just get the clear gel. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I would say, like, when I first got my first ever, like, massage, and, you know, taking care of myself. You know what I'm saying? Getting facials, doing those type of things. I feel good about myself.
You're supposed to, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
For yourself.
So I feel as if there's a lot of reason why there's a lot of, other than, like, systematic racism and things of that nature. I feel as if if we took care of ourselves more, you know, it would help us. Like, you know, there's a lot of, like, mental problems going on in the black community that we don't like to speak about. You know what I'm saying? We don't, like, you know,
it's
but
like
now
taboo
it's getting
too.
more.
Yeah, it's coming on, but it's like.
Is it still taboo, you think? I think mental health is really spoken about now.
Mental health as of now is like, it's cool to talk, which I'm all for it. But I feel like still, especially with our grandmas, our aunts, like, let's be real. Our parents, aunts, uncles, them niggas got trauma.
Yeah,
like,
sure,
that they like, it's cool for us to talk about it. It's still not cool for them. And that's where I feel like,
yeah, I agree.
We need to start.
I'm African, so I know what you mean. Emotions, you don't really show emotions. You're not gonna show emotions as a man.
Bro, I'm Jamaican.
I'm gonna disagree with that just a little bit.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's not cool for them. I just think they don't know how to approach it. For them, they just bury it
maybe
through.
cool's not the right word.
It's just they don't know how to get to the point where they can talk about it, or their resources. They never had that to them.
Fair. Ultimately, my point is they're not talking about it.
There you
go.
Yeah.
Whatever's cool or not, you're right. But, like, the point is they're not working or actively working on those issues.
Sure.
I feel like if they start to do it, then it's easy for us, their kids, and it's easy for their grandkids.
It's kind of it's on our shoulders though. I feel like that generation, they fought for rights.
Mm-hmm.
We got the rights. It's our generation to
fix
I feel like it's a relay to
Okay.
generations.
I like that. I like that. I
Our
like that.
generation
I
is the
think of
mental
it that
health, financial literacy, black pride.
What's our kids?
You know what I'm saying?
What's our kids gonna be?
Oh,
What our
they're
kids
So
gonna
this
be
gonna
fucking
rich.
planet don't blow up.
They're gonna be
Yeah.
rich.
They gonna
Make sure this goddamn planet don't
We
blow
gonna
up.
get black people up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna build our people up, and it's gonna be like, all right, man, we
right,
been
save the
fighting. Now save the earth so we can enjoy this shit. You know what I'm saying?
After all the damage that y'all done to it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I don't know,
Facts.
man.
But I will say, I mean, it's a little bit off topic, but I will say, like, one of the things I'm concerned of, I mean, I give a fuck about black people, so I'll start there. But one of the things I'm concerned of as, like, just as black people in general, like, yeah, we're improving ourselves and all that stuff, but I feel like, you ever hear it saying, like, hard times make, hard times make great men make easy times make soft men.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like we're getting better, but I'm also scared for the generations to come. I feel like if we, and again, I'm not saying they should be traumatized and deal with all the shit our grandmas or we go through, but I feel like if we make it too easy, we're gonna create a generation of motherfuckers that just ruin everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
That's a
also
fact,
disagree
too.
with that. I disagree.
listen,
from though.
I can.
this is what I'm
see the
trying to say.
point.
Like,
From?
it's like, for example, the World Wars, like that created a bunch of hardworking, like, motherfucker, like build railroads, like infrastructure,
Yeah.
industrial revolution, like some hardworking men, and that created comfort for their kids, and then like now you can argue about it, like now we're in soft times, like because of soft motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But
I think ideally, what I want for black people, because I feel like this is a topic about black people, ideally, I don't want our trauma to be our success. I want us to just be successful based off of just like what we know and what we've been taught. Like, when you compare how white kids are brought up, they have so much backings for like financial literacy, just how to move around the world. They have so much support. We don't have that. Our generation are the people that are learning it and then teaching it to our parents, like, you know, for the most part. So what I want for black people is for us to have that like support where it's not like an easy, it's like people teaching you. You have mentors everywhere you go. So it's not like you're struggling to find something. Yes, you can still have a little hardship, but it doesn't need to be the trauma of it all. Like, why can't black people just succeed
I'm
without
not
trauma?
saying we should be traumatized. I'm just saying, like, I just have this fear, like we're gonna make it too easy for our grandkids.
I'm sure there's gonna be some
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sure there's gonna be some.
I mean, it's just off topic. But
Why do you think like our generation loves traveling so much, or even just like black people?
Oh, bro, that's my
love
shit.
traveling?
Because we didn't have it before. There you go.
That's my shit.
I think it's about experiences though.
Yeah.
Like we never, nobody in this room experienced slavery, but because we know the history and like the effects that slavery has had for generations, and even to this day, the binding that we have with police who were created to be slave catchers, get to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's why we deal with to this day. Like, I think knowing the history is important. I feel as if what you're saying won't happen if people know the history, and that's why they don't try to teach us the history to disconnect us, so we don't really understand what, like, you know, it's probably mad niggas right now like, yo, why is the world the way it is? Because they don't know the history. They don't know that what's happening to them was programmed, and there's a reason why they're there, and that's why you would look at these niggas in these other cities like Chicago, Philly, wilding. You're like, yo, what's why? Yo, it's the
hard
history.
to break it.
Yeah.
It's hard to break it.
Yeah.
But I agree. I see what you're saying though, and I just feel as though that's gonna happen anyways. Because technology, I feel like humans are gonna become too dependent on technology.
Yeah.
I feel like we're already cyborgs. I'm addicted to my phone.
We all are, bro. I left my phone home about like a couple of days ago. Like I left it in my car at work accident, bro.
You could not function.
Hardest 2 hours of my life.
I was in Miami for my birthday, and I was at Booby Trap, right? And I got too lit, and I thought I lost my phone. I woke up the next morning panicking. I ran to the Sprint store, bought a whole new iPhone 13, cashed out just to have a phone, just for me to find out that it was my man's whip.
Jesus,
I like panicked when I thought I lost my phone.
Dude.
You returned that phone?
I returned the other phone, 'cause I like my phone.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have an iPhone 11 Pro Max. Like I like my phone because it has like there's so I don't backdate my phone. So if I lose this phone, a lot of stuff I have on here, a lot of ideas they're gone.
gotta back that up, bro. Come on, man.
I know.
Yeah, you can't
Dangerous,
be,
bro.
You can't be doing that.
I got back now.
You got too much going on, bro.
Yeah.
At least connect it to your MacBook or something.
Yeah. Panicked.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I couldn't think straight, and I was like, I never got that lit in my life, you know. So I woke up the next day just panicking. That was scary, but it shows how dependent you are on that phone, on that technology. Like, man,
You know the movie WALL-E, that Disney movie, the
I
animation.
watched it a long time ago. I can't remember.
It's like it's the one with the
robot.
Yeah, the little white robot, and then all the fat people in the chair gliding around. That's
Yeah.
where we're heading, bro. After the
For
planet,
sure,
bro.
we gonna.
I like in 100, 200 years, we're gonna
read
be
the
on
book?
spaceships floating on chairs, like. Like
It's a
coming.
book Fahrenheit 4. Is it 451? Fahrenheit 451 or Fahrenheit something like that. There's iRobot. There's so many there's so many books that predict the end of the world is gonna come due to technology.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want the world to end, but you think about I don't know if you guys have any younger siblings,
I do, yeah.
16 or down
Just
or
went to
younger,
college, yeah. 18.
18.
Yeah.
Yo, I think these 14, 15-year-olds or even like social media to these kids nowadays is everything.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's scary.
And their whole the scary part to me is like their identity is social media.
It's social media.
Like, I mean, at least in my case, I look at social media as a place where people post their highlights, their wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for me, like, if you go on my Instagram, it's just a bunch of travel shit because that's what I like to do. I love to travel, right? But I don't post when I'm fucking stressed out or I'm having anxiety.
These kids are doing that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, these kids, they look at social media as literally their fucking extension. Like, they feel sad or they're feeling like whatever, like, let me put it on social media. They have an issue with their moms or dad or relationship, put it on social media. I'm like, bro, that is wild. Like, certain shit.
Kids don't got journals no more. They don't got diaries. Social media has became a way for them. But I won't lie, when we was coming up, I used to look at my old tweets. They were rack. They were rack.
Yeah,
like,
you go back and look at your old statuses.
You never say that now. Like, never. Like, you just put your business out there. Like, I'm in McDonald's. Like, you just put your whole life on the internet. Yeah. But it's like, yo, these kids, I don't know.
I honestly feel bad for them sometimes.
I used to do like a mentorship for, because I used to work in a hospital. And one of the things we used to do is connect with like little kids just to see, like, mentor them and see how they want to move about their life. And the little girl that I had, the one question I asked her, what do you want to do when you grow up? And she was like, I want to be a YouTube influencer. I'm like,
oh, these kids want to do YouTube. Did you ever see that study where it was like, they asked kids what they wanted to be, and like a doctor and lawyer was like 6%, and like YouTube was like 40%?
40%.
They all want to be YouTubers.
So you remember how I say soft times? That is what I'm fearful of. I'm fearful of creating a generation of kids who don't understand the concept of hard work or the concept of like just being realistic. Essentially, it's like, yeah, you can be a YouTube star, but like, come on, my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sure, that is my fear. It's creating a generation of like, and it kind of correlates to us as like black kids growing up. How all we saw was rappers. And
it's the lifestyle that kids are chasing, and that's what, like, not to cut you off. That's why with the new blueprint, like, you can live that lifestyle, but not be what you think you need to be to live that lifestyle.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's really the lifestyle we're chasing.
Yeah.
You know, I keep it 100. People don't want to be doctors and lawyers because as kids, that shit looks boring. You know what I'm saying?
It takes a lot of time too.
It takes a lot. Doctors
who
are
gonna
in
be
debt.
doctors? You know what I'm saying? Like, who gonna be
They
like?
gonna be there. It's gonna be a
still be
family
there.
thing. It's gonna be a traditional thing. Like, people who are doctors
Yeah,
are gonna
but
raise their
I
kids
feel like
to
it's
be
gonna be
doctors.
doctors who didn't want to be doctors. You know what I'm saying? There's
That
gonna be
doesn't mean
doctors
that-
because your mom said to be a doctor. Nigga,
Yeah,
I don't
but
want
it's
that
not-
doctor. I want a doctor that wants to be a
passionate.
doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
save
good
my
at
life,
their
motherfucker.
job.
Like,
Yeah.
don't just be there to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, it's a stupid fear, but I think about it sometimes. It's like, bro, where are we
We
headed?
still gonna
You know what I'm
have
saying?
plenty of
But
doctors.
it's other
plenty of
communities
nurses.
that being a doctor is like being a rapper. Let's not, because we're black. You gotta remember that.
Oh, the Haitians?
Okay.
Oh my
Haitians,
God, they're
Jews.
nurses.
Yeah.
Being a nurse, that's like their like go to, like, that's the shit you want to be.
Yeah.
Same way that, you know, in certain communities, being a rap star is the thing to be. To being that rap, the 5-star athlete's the thing to be. There's communities in this world where being the lawyer, being the doctor, being a financial advisor is the shit to be. Like, that's the creme de la creme. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's never going to happen. I think it's also from your perspective.
Okay.
Like, all these kids, they want to be YouTubers, just like how they wanted to be rappers when I was growing up.
Okay. Fair. All right, man. That's really it. We went through your businesses. We talked about Zip Run. I'm so excited for Zip Run. You don't
Yeah,
understand,
appreciate
bro.
that.
I want this shit to go to the moon, man. That's what Elon said, to the moon.
My favorite black business.
Wait, y'all think about creating y'all own coin?
Oh my god.
Nah.
Come on, yo.
Nah. Maybe NFTs.
Okay.
I don't know about coin. Nah, I never thought about that.
I mean, it'd be a nice little thing. Like every transaction, you get a coin. Just throwing it out there. Might get a little extra sauce on that. But I mean, thanks for coming on again.
Appreciate you.
I love having you on. That is your camp. Actually, anybody want to say anything before we get off? I just kept talking. All right, so that is your camera right there. You can look into it, say anything you want, and we're good to go.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Elis. My Instagram is CEO.Elis. You know, appreciate the conversation. You know, I'm very appreciative of every moment. I just want people to know, in this life, you get what you work for. You know, there's a lot of things in this world people are going to tell you that you can or can't be, but at the end of the day, what you work for is what you're going to be. And that's about it.
All right, perfect. All right, and I know we missed a shot to begin the episode. So we're going to end the episode with a shot.
I'll drink the Patron.
I'm missing.
I'm a tequila guy. Like, you know, I'm not even going to lie to you.
I'm driving far today after this, so I'm good. But don't forget to sign the wall also.
Oh, I sign the wall?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You're a guest.
Wow, this one's... Let me get the other one.
Are we still rolling?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's good.
Push this a little bit.
We're going to do cheers. Everybody got their drink.
I'll get my water.
Jordan? You got a glass? That one's dirty, dude. That's why they use it. Listen, man, I'm not a drinker. I'm just gonna throw it back. I don't fuck with life. I'm just doing this because you're here.
I appreciate that.
Alright. So,
To black business.
to Black Excellence, to Zip Run, to coming on. Love having you on. You're welcome whenever the fuck you want to come back.
Appreciate you.
When you guys get more funding and want to talk about it, please come back.
here.
Alright.
Pull up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, my brother.
I think this is my first podcast.
Hey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure.
great.
First of many more, bro. First of many more.
Sure.
Salud.
I said, "Woo," like I drink some.
All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Fuck. And until next time, until next episode, peace.